This is Daladi. No, definitely, this is Sunup on 7, and my name is Renata Samuels-Cod.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kevin Mendes. Welcome to your Friday episode of Sunup on 7. Thank you so much for joining us and for doing what's the name of the song?
I think it's song named Dala? Or, I don't know. You go
That is not what the song name.
Yeah. I don't know what the song actually name.
But it sounds like a lot of change.
It's a lot of change. We want the dollars. But we also want some exciting conversations with you guys. We are approaching September. And with September, there's a lot of great things happening. Sandcast is coming in to talk about all the stuff they have prepared for you. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah. We also have a great couch talk to go through with you. And we also have a great conversation waiting with the Belize Tennis Association talking about their upcoming games.
Ooh. All that and so much more. You know how this works. Put your comments in the comment section, make it live, interactive, fun, and respectful, of course.
Of course.
Maybe get our sense on.
Let's get our change.
That's what we're looking for today. Just in time, and he's here to talk to us about writing appears on the show that we're on right now. Tell me, we're the first ones to see.
And we're going to be talking about the hot shush that has been happening.
The world that we see may seem that it'll never change. They say, but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You'll discover how the world turns each day when the sun comes up.
Muy buenos dias, my beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome to your Friday episode. It's August 29th. I want to say welcome and thank you so much for making some company to Renata and I, wherever you're watching us from, around the globe. And if you're watching via Facebook, YouTube, or cable TV, thank you so much for joining us. We're very excited for today's episode, so let's get started by having a look at the weather, courtesy of the Belize Met Service.
Good morning, Belize. Satellite and surface observation showed we are currently experiencing foggy conditions in the Ladyville area. Our latest radar imagery for this morning showed a few light to moderate showers near the coast of Placencia and Punta Gorda. Somewhat moist and unstable conditions lingers over the area. The 24-hour forecast, skies will be cloudy at times. Showers or thunderstorms will be generally isolated except for a few more over the south this morning and later tonight. The maximum temperatures for today will reach 88 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 92 inland, and 82 up in the hills. The low temperatures for tonight will be around 79 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 73 inland, and 68 up in the hills. The winds will be light and variable at first, becoming east to southeasterly at 5 to 10 knots later this morning, and the sea conditions will be slight. A low tide will occur this morning at 8:26, followed by a high tide this afternoon at 2:05, another low tide tonight at 7:33, and another high tide early tomorrow morning at 1:37. The sun rose this morning at 5:38 and will set this evening at 8:06. The moon will rise this morning at 10:52 and will set tonight at 10:11. In the sargassum forecast, satellite and surface observations continues to show large amounts of sargassum over our area. As a result, coastal destinations will continue to be impacted during the next few days. The outlook for Saturday and Saturday night: skies will be cloudy at times with a few showers and isolated thunderstorms occurring around the country Saturday morning. Then shower activity will decrease Saturday evening and become isolated Saturday night, except for a few more, mostly over the south. In the tropical weather outlook, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 48 hours over the North Atlantic Basin. For a review of our forecast and other products, please visit our website at nms.gov.bz. With that, we end this morning's forecast from the Belize National Met Service.
Folks, that's your weather update. Definitely some foggy weather, so if you're traveling, be mindful of the fog along the road. But definitely, thank you so much for joining us. It's not just me on set. Renata is also here with us, and definitely we're very excited for this.
I'm here.
Hi, everybody.
I'm here too, just in case we didn't know.
You
But
did
now
not know.
you know.
I
right?
mean, Renata with the good back. That's one thing we have to say.
Oh my
Because, man, oof.
The way how Kevin see me, he's like, your back really good. But the way how he was like so alarmed. Like,
I'm
you
like,
have a
girl.
really good back. You know, I used to love like doing the little back thingy, the crab. Is it Carl crab? The thing where you just put your leg back and then you walk.
Okay.
And all of that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to love that. And then like Papa Lick.
Okay.
You know the Papa Lick though, at
Yes,
least,
I
right?
do,
Okay, I'm
yeah.
just checking because
Yeah.
we're on the same page here. But I used to love doing those
Papa
stuff.
Lick. I love
Papa
that
Lick,
word.
and then flip a leaf spit and everything. Then that was fun when you were a child.
That is true.
Man, I miss childhood when you used to just be silly and they do pyramids and. Sorry guys, I'm just having a whole moment thinking back to how fun my childhood was.
I love it.
And engaging with activities and man.
How is your Friday energy today, Ren?
I am good. I'm very much excited to take on the Friday and what it brings. I have to do a trip at Colby Foundation today too as well. So I'm looking forward to that. You know, I'm working with a great colleague of mine too as well. So definitely excited to take on the day and be present and be alive and ready, if that makes sense too as well. Yeah. How are you feeling? You're in this black outfit.
Yeah, so
like, okay, what's the vibe today?
I do not know. I'm just going for, you know, like last Wednesday I used like white and they said I look very virgin. And I guess white means purity and all these things. So like I'm not sure what the vibe for today is, but definitely
Are we going for
black is a sense of like elegance. I feel
It
very
does,
handsome, you know. So like
There you are, boo.
Yeah,
Come
thank
on
you.
through
Thank you
with
for
your
that.
tape and everything.
Thank you for that validation. But definitely excited for today. You know, like we're wrapping up a month also. September is right around the bend.
Yes.
And so many excitement will come with it. And of course, many celebrations. And one thing we want to ensure is that and remind you to be safe as you go about celebrating Belize and as we go reflecting on the month of September is what it is to be Belizean, what it is to have our Belizean identity, what it is to have civic pride. But definitely so grateful to be here with you today. So yes, we're gonna conquer today. Let's
We're
conquer
gonna
this Friday.
conquer today, baby boo. Say it with your chest.
With your chest.
With your whole back, your good or bad back, depending on what the situation is. But I feel like the way you set your mind as you get up, as you get ready for the day, does also play out in your day-to-day activities, in your confrontations, and your conversations with people too as well. So I'm reminding you guys, come on with the positivity. You got this. Even if you mess up here, you still got it too as well. Remember, bad moments, not bad day. It's Friday, and there's a lot happening this weekend. And so keep the vibes up, keep the spirits good.
Definitely.
And we're going to start off with a topic that will get people very riled up on a big Friday, which I'm happy for too as well, because what I appreciate about our viewers is their ability to really be engaged with issues, environmental issues in our country, and their ability also to connect things too as well. So I'm sure many people saw the story yesterday about what was happening with the river in Pomona Village, and the whole idea of, what's it called, the
North Stank Creek River.
Yeah, North Stank Creek River too as well. And so the whole idea is that this company that is called West End Enterprise has been given a permit to be able to do the dredging, to be able to take out some of the gravel and the sand sediments and everything, because they're building a road. However, it seems that these workers, when they were building a road,
Accidentally.
When I said I had to put the little brackets in my thing right in my notes, Kev, that's how hilarious.
Yeah, me too. I wrote it.
It was like they accidentally, because CPBL made the report, because residents were making a report and saying, what's happening with the river? It's so dirty. It's so devastating. What's going on? They normally do this dredging here and there, but it's never been this bad. And so they made a report, and after that, when investigations took place, they found out that the workers for West End Enterprise were going, they accidentally...
And the investigation was conducted by the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing.
Yes, thank you so much for that. And so when they conducted that, they realized the workers were going a little bit too far, and as she quoted, they accidentally went beyond where they were permitted to go. And in my mind, I just felt like, how you are?
Yeah.
How you are accidentally do this? And a lot of residents have been super upset about it, because, and the amount of interviews that we had really was alarming to me to see on different sides and different ways how people are all affected in some way, shape, or form.
That was really good, because it was able to show how the dredging that's taking place and how it affects livelihoods in many different ways, right? Whenever people will think about just the river getting affected, they talk about erosion, they talk about how it's changing the water quality for residents that are using the water to drink.
Because BWS uses that water, by the way, just reminding you, BWS uses that water for Dangriga. So throwing that out there.
So what happened in investigation is that Ms. Michelle Alvarez from the MIDH shared that after the reports that were shared by CPBL, they went and did an investigation, as you mentioned, Ren, and they went and they informed West End Enterprises about kind of like violating the terms of their contract.
What the permit is allowed, how far they're supposed to go up the river, because they were going too far.
They were able to retract, and now they're back to their initial space where they're supposed to be extracting gravel and sand. But definitely, they said it's a contract that renews every year, and in order for them to be able to renew this contract every year, they need to abide by the terms and conditions of this contract. Nevertheless, we're seeing how the dredging is really affecting...
You saw dirty the water, look? That water made dirty. And like you were mentioning before, that residents were complaining about it messing with the aquatic life, with the whole ecosystem. People are talking about the water systems. People are also talking about their businesses too as well, and how they're around the area. A woman was saying how that literally all she could see, that the nasty drain, and then how at this point too as well, there's noise pollution. There's so many different aspects that are trickling into people's livelihoods, and they're like, we can't even swim in this river. This river used to be a spot where we used to swim, we used to drink from. And a woman made a really interesting, and it tugged at my heart too as well. It's like, if you can't buy your $5 water, and you used to try drink from maybe the river, or drink like from the pipe or so, thinking that this is the water that's pouring in, and you know that it's so dirty, how can you feel comfortable doing that too as well? Like little things what people don't think about. Because I'm sure the average person that's very privileged could buy their fresh water with no problem whatsoever, their bottled water. But you have to think about residents that maybe can't make that money, maybe can't be able to afford that life too as well, and their livelihoods being affected in that way too, and wanting to drink that water. There's so many aspects of it that really tugged on your heart with this story, and the residents, I'm glad, are speaking up, are making it known that this is not the first or second time, but this is the time that it's been very, like, how to say, it's been past what it's normally done, because they say it happens very often with the river when they're trying to get, you know, again, the gravels and sediments and everything too as well. What I think is really unfortunate is people in the comments, when you go down, some people say, so, oh no our road then. So I'm like, okay, so we're equating, do we get road, or do we have, you know, quality of ecosystems and life and water? And so like,
yeah, so the thing is, there needs to be like terms for sustainability. And I'm sure that within the agreement that was shared, as again, they said they have terms and conditions in which this company had to abide by. And whenever they're not being inspected or not being monitored, then you can see where a situation like what West End Enterprises did, that they went beyond the area that they were given to, right? So this is just kind of like the company being greedy about it, because in the sustainability aspect of it, say, okay, this is all the area that you can do. They mentioned that the area replenishes after every rainy season, you know, to be able to extract more things. But because you want to be greedy, which is capitalism right there, it just means that, you know, it's affecting every part of livelihoods. You know, we're the rainy season now, where we're going to see like more floods going on, and people say, why we have more flood? Situations like this contributes to
removing the seabeds too as well. Erosion happens. There's so much things, guys, what we not understand. And we have to understand how much we're affected. Like when the man made it say how that they have freshwater shrimp and all of that, I was like, oh my goodness, you have so much things happening in this river, and it's gonna be affected because of what's going on. And we're hoping again that it can be replenished, because like they mentioned before, when the raising season hit, after that they can be replenished. But
definitely. But so let's see how the situation gets addressed. Let's see how the follow-up continues, and if West End Enterprise is going to be able to stick to their terms of what they've been granted for in their license.
And the ministry might start doing more checks and investigations when people are given permits, not just leaving it as that. I think that's super, super important. Check your yard, check your river. Nowadays, check everything at this point.
Right, let's move on to another situation which really came down yesterday in Belmopan area, which is the Mayamapan residents, specifically the Mayamapan Association of Farmers, basically took a stand yesterday as regards to protecting what they call their rights to their farmlands. On the newscast yesterday, we saw that there was a senior court marshal that was sent over to be able to give a court order for the farmers to vacate the lands. They said, as of now, you need to leave the land. Everything that you have here needs to be removed. And they're like saying, we've been here for so many years, more than 15 years. We've been investing in this area. It's where our livelihood is. And now there comes all of a sudden that we need to leave. They were alleging that this was because of political issues, that there was a minister involved. The government promised that they would
be able to buy the private property and give them later on to us.
And the court martial declared that this has nothing to do with politics. As a matter of fact, it's a court order that they need to be removed from the area. So they were not in agreement with this. So they took the stand. They had many placards with, you know, voices saying, we want our farmlands, we need our rights to our land, and saying, where can we go? They even blocked the road with tires and fire to be able to prevent the officials from going into the area to be able to evacuate them. It's a really tough situation to see that.
It's a hard situation, and you know, there's many ways you can look at it, because of course, looking at the aspect of them knowing that this is private property and then being given that promise by government that they would be buying over the land and then being able to give them to as well. And then understanding that a lot of time government has empty promises too as well. So I personally, and this is just Renata, I don't bank on if government says X, Y, and Z to us. So you have to put matters in your own hands, especially if you know this is your livelihood and you're making investments in there too as well, because those investments don't come cheap, especially when you know about agriculture and the cost of fertilizers, whatever you're investing in properly. And then I think they made a talk about how they have plum and all kind of stuff on the land. So I'm just saying, you're having all of these things and knowing that this is not your land, and at any point in time, you can be taken off this land. So it's not making a smart investment. I know that the law talks about how for squatters' rights, that I think it's after 12 years, if I'm not mistaken, that you are able to like claim squatters' rights if you are on the land. And then for national property, it's 30 years that you can be able to claim squatters' right. But you're looking also at the aspect of them knowing that this is private property and then being promised these different things too as well. And I also look at the aspect of knowing that there are also so many places like Nigel Petio and so that have been pushing out people being able to own nice plots of land that are very much open to agriculture and so forth at a very affordable cost, at a planned cost, like you could do the plan to, not like you to give all the money one lick or so. So I'm also like, my mind goes in so many different directions when it comes to this story, because I feel like there's a level of understanding of your current situation that anything can go wrong. There are accessibility to other lands out there, so you can't say that there's no land available that I couldn't be able to get something else to as well. You're relying on these things of the politician. And then even when the minister came out there to talk to them and said how that he told them that how he has land for them too as well, and how it's at an affordable cost, that let them come to his office, let them work through it too as well. So it also comes in the fact of, or the stance of, did I just not want to take the other land and I just wanted to stay here because it's comfortable, I've already invested here too as well, and I continue to invest, which can come at a loss for me understanding that this is private property.
Yeah.
So I'm just like looking at these different factors to think about when it comes to squatters and the unfortunate situation of having to uproot your livelihood, but also knowing where you are too as well.
So as of news time yesterday, the situation is still inconclusive as to what's going to happen next. They have been offered many options, as you mentioned, Ren. There's the opportunity to go and talk with the minister to see how they can be able to purchase land. Are they gonna proceed with the court order to vacate the lands? We're still gonna see. So stay tuned to the news today and see how that story unfolds.
And my friendhood lawyer, Brandon, big up to you, just giving me some advice when it comes to the same aspect of private-owned property. Remember I said it's 12 years, and he says how that if they know that the land is owned, that's when it counts the most, especially if you take active steps to bar the true owner of the land, and that's called adverse possession. So it must be adverse to the true owner's possession, as well as consent to remain on the land destroys that, because it's not that deemed adverse at that point too as well. So again, all these matters to take into consideration of what you can't claim as squatters' rights and knowing things too as well. So it's a sticky position to the INA, but I really want to advise people when it comes to understanding where you are and making investments, because you can operate as a loss, as you're seeing clear-cut in this case too as well.
Definitely. Let's move on to our next Couch Talk topic. And now let's talk about Francis Fonseca on Sebastian Pop's case.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Francis Fonseca has been speaking, and he noted with us and Jules on the idea of them being on investigation, looking into the matter. This is not fair in any way, shape, or form. And so he has the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He has approached the ambassador too as well to try to unravel what's happening to us and to see exactly what they can do and what position they're playing. He didn't give much details again on what would be the next steps. It's just a matter of the ministry is very much alert on the case, and then we're gonna see and follow up what can happen for the family too as well, considering it's 2 years, considering he's a Belizean, considering the unfortunate allegations that have been made too as well when it comes to Sebastian Pop. However, very dear to the family relative has also been able to account and state that they did make reports to the ministry about a year ago too as well about the specific situation of Sebastian Pop, and it did not go anywhere. So they don't feel like this now, or maybe because media has a story, that it would go further about it. And he said the relative went even further to say how that they had asked him to prove that he's a Belizean and all these different things too as well, to see how that they can be able to handle the situation. But it died right there. There was radio silence. They never got back to the family. And so they're wondering, is it going to be different this time around now because the media has the case and because we are making it known to the public?
So we're going to see how it unfolds. As you mentioned, the fact that maybe now because the media is aware of the story, then it's giving it some traction and is pushing for the situation to be addressed. But definitely up to today, again, we are not sure what's going to happen with
We
this.
don't know the steps. Like, I just wanted to understand the steps, Kevin. I've asked that yesterday when Brandon and I were on, just saying, okay, you make the report. So as a relative was saying, they wanted to prove that Sebastian was Belizean too as well. So I'm guessing that's one of the steps too, making the police report, which the relative also made mention that it was very hard for them to do the police report down south. They had to be able to do it up in Belmopan, and that's when they were able to get it done. But after submitting the report and all the details to the ministry, you know, they're alleging that nothing was done too as well. So again, just understanding the steps. And I feel like this is good public information for anybody to know processes in case an unfortunate situation will happen to you or your family, you know what to do.
Definitely.
So hoping that beyond just providing updates to the family, the ministry provides updates to the public to let them understand how they deal with situations like this, what are the processes that are cleared out for you to understand.
We move on to our next Couch Talk topic. And you know what happens when back to school time comes? The conversation around grooming and hairstyles, and is it bias, is it discrimination? Well, it's back again in the conversation. And there's various institutions that are sending people back home because they are not following the proper code of grooming for their schools. And so BNTU had a message to share, which was not well received by one of its members from BNTU. Basically, BNTU shared a message saying that they urge all institutions to review and revise their grooming policies to ensure that there are not any form of like racial, cultural, or gender bias. And so one of the BNTU members, they said that this response from BNTU really makes them question, one, that there, of course, needs to be a systemic reform if you want to go ahead and talk about this, but also this undermines the institution's authority of like school administration. We're saying schools have their code of grooming and their policies, and in order for you to be able to grow like proper citizens that are able to like be respectful, they need to be able to follow order, and one of the orders is that they need to like go and respecting proper boundaries and what institutions have. So they're saying, we are not too in accordance with your
sentiments and
recommendation.
especially how you. I feel like a language was a big portion of this letter and this critique too as well that was made. Understanding it felt from the president's perspective, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin, he was making mention, it seemed like it was more of like saying that you already know that these policies are discriminating and that you're already saying that they're embedded with colonialism and talking about culture and all these different things, and it's like you're already attacking it instead of just coming with a more neutral, general stance of it to have them review, because if this review is a process, you can't just already be making allegations of it too as well. And so obviously the president did not like how the stance was made and how the words are put out to it. I think it's a very interesting way to look at it, because I understand both points. I understand seeing different cases like that are a lot more Belize central as compared to Orange Walk, and of course maybe cases weren't reported much in Orange Walk or so forth, because this is more of a Belize district thing I see more often,
well,
or Dangriga too as well.
It has happened in Orange Walk last year also. Like I said, it happens everywhere.
Yes.
Every time the school reopens, people are gonna come and then they get sent back home because of their haircuts
or the length of their braids or whatever it is. But maybe I'm guessing maybe there's a disconnect too as well with the consultation process and also language, because I know language, and of course here in media, we understand how language is very important, because wrong language could cause you to make me sue visit you. But definitely I understand the sentiments, I understand the critique too as well. And it's just to see how
I agree with the comment that is shared here in our Facebook Live. It says, yes, they have rules, but rules cannot infringe on students' rights or cannot infringe on the rights of people to have access to education. Right, and we also so there's many stands in this conversation as it regards to rules of schools, as it regards to grooming. People are saying, well, you're sending your child to this school, then might as well they have to abide by the regulations, which is, I hear you.
I understand
At the same time, people may not have the privilege of choosing which school they go to because of accessibility in terms of location and accessibility in terms of the finances to pay for those
maybe you got a
schools.
scholarship to this specific school. There's little things that happen.
Yes, they may have to abide, but really, did they have a choice to go there? I'm sure if they went to a more liberal school, then they would have gone there where they were accepted as how they are, right? So at the end of the day, I feel like at some point it's demoralizing to the student, right? Because you're focused more on my hair rather than on my performance, on how I feel at school, because people can get bullied for their hairstyle. And this happens, right? So it's how does this affect the self-esteem of the child, and how does this, once it affects your self-esteem, then your whole psyche gets affected, and that affects your performance and how you relate to students and all of these things. So, and the fact that it's rules are fluid, right? Rules can change to make it relevant to our present context. And we have to see what are the origins of these rules too. Like you mentioned, there is the connection that many people make to colonialism and how these hairstyles were made to oppress people and be able to transform your mindset to cultural erasure and all of these things. It's a conversation that not a lot of people want to have.
No, and it's uncomfortable too as well to how we describe things as neat and kept and so forth, and what is seen in a workspace or in a classroom as neat and kept as compared to relatively what you're looking at. So I think there's a lot of conversation that needs to be done. I do know that one of the good things that we had mentioned yesterday, that there was I think it was yesterday, I'm not sure, but there was the call to have administrators, speak with the teachers and so forth, understanding how hairstyles affect a classroom. Because I feel like beyond just talking about it, beyond just feeling and having a stance, there needs to be relevant data gathering to understand how these teachers are affected, how students are affected in any way, shape, or form too as well, to be able to back up and say, you know what, it's fine, or you know what, it really is distracting and this causes an issue, and we need to stay by what the policy has said and how we look at hairstyles and blah, 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 etc., whatever it is. So I think data sharing and gathering is really important in this time to understand the concept and the concept.
Yeah. And then they can also do like some best practices to see how have other schools in other parts of the globe have been managing the situation, and how they go about applying policies to ensure that at the end of the day the child feels safe, the child feels loved, respected, valued, and be able to perform in institutions. So we're going to see how BNTU responds to one of its members. At the end of the day, it's a conversation that needs to continue going,
yeah,
right?
Of course.
And we're going to see how it comes.
As well.
I love the fact that this said it calls for a systemic reform, and I completely agree with that.
Yeah, definitely. I love how Charlotte's saying, what's the graduation rate instead of like the hairstyles? What's happening there? Okay. I see what you did there.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Ren, let's move on to our next Couch Talk topic. And this is a very uplifting news that was shared yesterday, that there's a project called Green Belize Restoration Project. And one of the goals of this project is to replant 1 million trees in Belize. Also, this project aims to promote sustainable land use and build climate resilience. Why are you looking at me like that?
Now, start the Boston Village first.
Ooh.
I just asked.
And then we'll start the next one where it got reported yesterday. These. But, yeah.
Okay, having it. No, listen to me. I am always a big fan of, trying to plant trees, trying to get involved, because as people understand too as well, and it depends on also what tree you're planting, there is a certain life cycle. And I go back to when the Boston Village chairperson was crying about some of the things that his daughter or grandchildren will never see, because that's the lifespan of a tree, of how long it takes to grow and become, an adult tree. So this is little ideas of that. I'm happy whenever we talk about giving that idea of a second chance at nature, reforesting, because we have done so much damage to the country, to the land, and we need to do that. It's just a matter of like, where are we planting these trees, and are we going to just plant trees and then uproot them? And that's just my question, and I'm not trying to be a doubting Debbie or anything like that. I really want people to understand that it's just a matter of, I plant these trees and do I give now, or is that now a premise to go and uproot other trees from other places because I'm planting trees back?
Yeah.
Or where am I planning to plant these trees, and do I even give these trees a real chance to grow, into maturity, as compared to just uprooting them as we saw in like Boston Village? Because again, remember, there was a lot of trees that were not at the capacity or perimeter they're supposed to be cut down. So yes, plant trees, but that does not mean that we can just take down trees any other place because you're planting one here. That doesn't mean that these trees that are planted, that before they even could go into maturity, that we take them down. It doesn't mean that we plant trees just anywhere. We have to be strategic where we're planting trees too as well. So there's a lot of conversation. Good initiative. Hello. But I feel like the conversation needs to be, how would I say?
So definitely, I connect with you in saying this is a great initiative where the proposal is to have 1 million trees replanted in different. It did not share like where in the country that's going to be planted. However, we know that we need more trees to be able to address, to have clean air, to be able to protect the land. It's really like we're in a weird situation at this time globally in terms of the global climate crisis, right? Where we do not have the luxury these days of exploiting land as how we thought we could be able to, right? there's a conversation that one degree higher, we're gonna be having a catastrophe.
I feel like
right?
1 degree higher every day.
And it's like so like that's like a big part of how climate change negotiations are ongoing at the moment. Where it's like, how do you hold these G7 countries accountable for their emissions of greenhouse gases, and like how countries like Belize, who have little emissions, are being suffering because we are not able to use land properly. But at the same time, it's like we see situations here in the country where permits are getting given, going against recommendations and saying you should not be exploiting this area because it's a vital area that should be protected. We don't have the privilege or the luxury to be
People
using this
accidentally
land.
go too far.
And so it's like, I'm not sure if it's counterproductive, but we welcome the Green Belize Reforestation project because it not only focuses on planting trees, but talking about promoting sustainable land use. It would be really good to see what indicators they're using to see what sustainable land use mean.
What are the
and
activities
also,
that are
what are the
with that?
activities that are going to be done to build a climate resilient country?
Because we
That's a very
throw these
interesting one.
words around so much, Kevin. I feel like it's sexy. You put it on a
It's
paper
so
in black
catchy.
and white,
Yeah.
and people say, I'm gonna get me that. Let me order 357 of those, right? Like, put it in every color. That kind of, we get
I
so
hear you,
hyped
yes.
about it, but then we don't do the follow through. We don't understand, or the measures aren't measuring up. The data isn't there. We're doing total opposite of that sustainability, of really trying to like tackle the problem. So yes, put the fancy words on paper, but the activities really need to follow. The implementation needs to.
Yeah. And we have one last Couch Talk topic to share. And this is a story of Megan Garcia, who is among the most influential people in AI at the moment. It's interesting to see how her story continues to evolve, right?
Yeah.
So Megan Garcia was in the news about a year and a half ago when her son died by suicide after being coerced, if we can say this, by AI for him to go ahead and take his life, right? She has been a strong advocate on how we properly use AI to have certain guidelines and restrictions and monitoring to ensure that whoever is using AI is being able to reduce any possible harm that may come to them. She was
Especially with
like,
those
my child went
conversations
through
and
it,
so.
it was not properly monitored, I cannot do anything about my child, but me raising this alarm and raising the concern as to how do we properly monitor AI, then we prevent other children from falling victims of the situation. So she's been named one of the most influential people in AI based on her advocacy. So we have to commend her for her work and her advocacy and seeing how it's getting amplified and more people are catching up with it. AI is very present and it's only going to continue be part of our daily lives. I was in a conversation recently about AI and they say people fear that AI is going to take over. But honestly, the conversation is that AI is supposed to make human lives easier. And we talked about it in medicine the other day, where it helps to improve diagnosis. It helps to have a quicker diagnosis and a more accurate one. And it needs to be accompanied by humans, right? So it's not going to replace it, but it's how do we work together to ensure that we're using AI, but it's properly monitored. And that's one of the strong advocacies that Megan Garcia is doing, saying there needs to be proper monitoring to ensure that no harm happens.
And so parents, take good alert for that, because when you have your child in a room, in a corner, because you're busy doing X, Y, and Z, you want a relaxation time, be very mindful monitoring, what they're using, who they're speaking to as well, which AI. You have to be able to monitor up on the YouTube, grant the rights to on a certain different YouTube things that you want them to be able to use. But these conversations need to be happening way more, because like you said, it's here to stay, and it is a way of making life a lot more convenient for people, but you also have to make sure it doesn't take away human interaction, doesn't take away creativity, and you can be able to use it to expand on what you already have, the foundation you already have too as well. So there's a lot of things to discuss when it comes to that, but big up to Megan, and I'm really proud of her of taking such a horrible situation and becoming such a great advocate, making sure that other families, making sure other people understand their due diligence and responsibilities as parents, and setting a new tone when we look at chat boxes and AI too as well.
Yeah. So with that, we come to the end of our Couch Talk. For the folks that are watching via Facebook Live, I want to say thank you so much for your contribution. Your comments are highly valued. We definitely appreciate your perspective.
Yes.
Ron and I share perspectives here, highlighting what is taking place in the news, what's taking place nationally and globally, and definitely your contribution adds to a better conversation because, you know, all perspectives
I
are
like
very
hearing what
good.
people have to say, and I like also when it's a different opinion completely, because I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I give respect to that too as well. I give
Definitely.
credit to that. That is completely right in its own essence. So
that's true.
thank
And we
you
also
so
have to
much.
commend our viewers for being respectful and being loving within our Facebook Live. You always do a great job, you know, so kudos to you and thank you so much for doing that. As we wrap up our couch talk, Ren, do you have a shout out to do?
Yes, so Miss Claudia.
The birthday queen has...
Birthday Queen, I'm so sorry that we can't put the picture up, but Monday we're going to put it up properly
Okay,
for you.
okay.
But we want to send our happiest, biggest love hug and every single thing of light and sun up and 7 sunshine to you as you take on this new chapter filled with all of the wonders that life has to bring. Thank you so much for being such a beautiful, supportive member on our chat here, being a part of the Mean Girls posse, but also spreading all the love that you spread to us well. We pray you take on this chapter with all of the goodness. And Sunup is here always to provide a space for you, to support you with all that love. Happy blessed birthday, Miss Claudia. We love you.
We love you, and we want to say thank you to everybody that's watching us. We have Lita Crone saying morning to you both. We have folks watching from Merida. We have folks watching from Guyana. We have folks watching from New York. We have folks watching from Sacramento. Wow, so it's so beautiful to know that we're reaching so many spaces, and we totally love you that you're making us a part of your Friday.
You know, amazing, no?
Yeah,
So-
look at us being global. I love it.
I love it for us.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a sunrise too as well, and then of course we're gonna go to our first commercial break, and we have exciting conversations for you today on our Fantabulous Friday, guys. Stay tuned.
So they're saying we're going to show our sunrise later on during today's episode. So we go to our first commercial break. When we're back, we have a great conversation with the Belize Tennis Association. Stay tuned for that.
Hurricanes can be devastating, but knowing your risk can make a difference. Take time to assess your home's construction and location. Is it in a flood zone? Can it withstand strong winds? Preparing now saves headaches later. Contact us for a personalized risk assessment. Remember, it pays to get it right with RFNG Insurance, a Row Group company.
It's here, the ultimate party of the year, as Empire Entertainment and Magnum presents the biggest, I say, the biggest pre-Juve party.
Now this is as big as it gets. It's gonna be a fat till you wet.
Street Fat! She said, take it easy, I will do the work. I in a good spirit. I drink in a good spirit.
It's all going down at the Marion Jones parking lot on Friday, September 5th, starting from 7 p.m. until 4 a.m.
We're talking about unlimited water, paint, CO2, all powered by Nuffier DJs. Are you getting the feeling, baby?
Music by Belize's top DJs and hosted by DJ Dixie and DJ Dalla. Purchase tickets for $35 through the Quick Pass app. Naked Chicken on Mahogany Street and Plugs Belize office across from the Old Golden Bay at number 1 Craig Street for only $65. Purchase the Street Fed package, which includes whistles, beads, bags, t-shirts, cups, LED baton, and the ticket from Plugs Belize only. Sponsors: Travelers Liquor, Magnum, Madisco, Plugs Belize, and the Honorable Devin Daly.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
Que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados y la mejor opción para el paciente.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coast.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherie Kelso,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Muy buenos dias, my beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Friday episode. That was not a desktop screensaver. That was an actual sunrise submission from one of our viewers coming all the way from Glover's Reef. You should definitely check out that spot. We are very excited for our next conversation because we're talking with the Belize Tennis Association. They have exciting news to share. Exciting news to share. That's all I can say because we're going to talk all about it right now. Joining us on our couch, we have Samira Musapot, the president of the Belize Tennis Association, joining us. Samira, good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm happy to be here with you.
Thank you so much for joining us. And we're very excited for this conversation. From an energy level of 1 to 10, how is your energy today?
I would say 10.
Oh, I love it.
That's good stuff.
That's a great way to like end the
Tennis
week.
does.
I like that. 10 tennis. Tennis does this. 10.
Okay, I'm here for that. 100%.
Also joining us, we have Monica Habet. Monica, you're part of the council also of the Belize Tennis Association. And you're a proud parent of an athlete also. But before we get into getting to know more about that, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's always good to have you on our couch. We've missed you.
I know,
yeah,
it's been a while.
It's been a while.
But you always come with good stuff. So where are you?
That is true. That is true. She always has great things to bring to the couch.
So I want to rip off the band already because people in the comments are asking that I didn't know we had a tennis association.
Yeah.
I didn't know we have like a club in this area because obviously people aren't understanding some of the things and spaces we take up. Right. So, Ms. Aria, if you wouldn't mind just telling us about the tennis association, when was it formed and what are you guys really trying to push as an association?
So the Tennis Association is the national association in Belize to promote tennis and to make it accessible to all Belizeans. That's why we exist. We've existed a while. I just came to the helm recently. And so we're hoping to make the sport truly accessible and truly push development, you know?
I love that.
And we have some wonderful programs going on right now. We have a junior tennis initiative program. It's kind of two-pronged. There's a grassroots portion to it where we're partnering with schools, primary schools.
Okay.
We're bringing tennis into the schools with our equipment, our coach. And we also have an after-school junior program at the Pickwick Tennis Courts happening. And that's every day after school.
Oh.
And so from the grassroots program, we can also pull talented kids or kids who are really serious or want to be more serious about playing tennis. And so we have that going. A part of the junior program as well is having competitions, because if these kids just train with no goals in mind, then, it's not as feasible. And so we have competitions that we also plan nationally, and Recently, we have been trying to attend the regional competitions.
Oh.
And we recently attended one in, was it Guatemala City?
Oh, okay.
Right, and so that's how the junior program is set up. Grassroots, an after-school program, and competition.
Awesome.
Yeah.
To give some context into this program that you're talking, it's mostly based in Belize City, or where is it?
Right now, it's based in Belize City. We have had it in Belmopan before.
Nice.
But the coach in Belmopan got busy doing other,
Okay,
you know,
okay.
but we're hoping to bring it back in Belmopan as well and to
Okay.
roll it out in all the districts
Right.
if possible.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
that's the mission of the Belize Tennis Association, right? To
Exactly.
ensure that tennis is accessible, you said,
That's-
to everyone across the country.
That's why we exist.
Very beautiful.
And we're you know, we're enthusiastic to do that. We want to do that. So.
And just for record's sake, for many people that are listening, is it a thing where once you can just go in to do the after-school program, or do you have to like register? What does that
Yes,
look like?
there's a registration program. There's a registration form. We have a website, tennisbelize.org. We have our social media, Facebook and Instagram. We have our email is where you can reach us mostly, I would think, Belize Tennis Association @gmail.com. And so reach out to us and we can give you the forms to apply and get into the program.
Definitely. Thank you so much for sharing that exciting news about the programs that the Belize Tennis Association is ongoing. Monica, let's have a let's get to know because you are a mom, you're a strong advocate for like a healthy lifestyle, for fitness. Your son was also in the competition that we talked about in Guatemala City. What does tennis do for, like, from your perspective as a mom to your child? Because we want to encourage more people to enroll into this program. What have you seen, transform into your family, into your child, and in the discipline of being healthy?
I think since I became a mom, my goal was always to inspire, health and fitness, as you know, and sport has been so important in my life that that's what I hope for, all the kids in this world. So tennis was the only sport in Belize that took my son at 5 years old, and I was like pushing, I want him to get involved, and he has that personality. And so I was very excited when he started the sport and he started to like it. He has a very competitive personality himself, and his goal has always been competition. But as a mom and as I became part of the association, because I am an advocate for everyone, to get moving, I feel it's just a beautiful movement to inspire other kids, every kid in this country to move, to pick up a sport, not necessarily to compete if, that's not the case, but it's something that, you can do socially, it develops cognitively, physically, it's just sport moves and it transforms people's characters, it builds a foundation for everything in life, I believe, in a positive way. And so I think that is why I'm so passionate, about it. And as a mom myself, in my family, it's just something that comes natural. So I am excited. And just something on the side, this competition kind of inspired my daughter to join.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
maybe she won't, who knows, right? They're little kids. But it's just beautiful to see how these kids are able to perform at a big stage. And our goal, and now being part of this, is to really get support from our country to grow sport, to build, that foundation. It's going to steer our country in a positive way. Our youth needs it. Our country needs it. It brings people together. And so, I can't think of anything else than to really be an advocate for this.
And just on that same note, I know you mentioned that your son started at 5 years old. So the age for tennis really...
5 is a good age to start. And we welcome them from 5 years old. And
so we could get parents that are listening right now could get their children involved
Yeah.
as early as 5 years old. And I already put all the emails, websites, and
I was
everything.
going to be asking, is 36 a good age? I've never played
Yes,
tennis, by the way. So, like,
I
I'm
never
like,
had played
Yes.
tennis, and I started because of my son.
Really?
I will personally give you lessons if you want, Kevin.
oh, man. Okay. Have to see how cognitive, be able to coordination, all of these things. Okay.
I look at it and I'm like, you have to be strategic, you have to be coordinated too as well. It really kind of pushes you out of your element in a good way too. So I'm hoping that people can be able to take heed on that and try it at least one time. Because I noticed that you said you guys go into the schools
Right.
and you would bring the tennis and the balls and everything too as well, so people can
Right.
try it out.
Right.
Is there an opening, or is there a partner for a collaboration or something where
Yeah,
people...
because you mentioned there's a need for support to amplify the work of the association.
For sure, for
so
sure.
out district and so forth, how does that work with the association?
Yeah, so we haven't had much tennis out district, right? There's mainly in Belmopan and Belize City. But we welcome partnerships in all the districts. So
Love
if
it.
maybe the city councils, the town councils would partner with us, we are willing to try and help to build tennis courts all over the districts, because that's what makes the sport accessible, you know? And that's what we
Definitely.
want to do. And we recently got a lease at the Marion Jones for 1 acre. And so we have already devised the plan to build 2 tennis courts there. And we welcome support and partnerships with anybody who would want to help us with this positive endeavor. It's youth development and health, and it makes tennis accessible. So we're welcoming partners to help support us, because it is an expensive venture.
I can imagine.
You know, we will be applying for grants from the ITF, that's the International Tennis Federation.
Okay.
But we know it won't be enough. And so we welcome partnerships, we welcome support from corporate, government, individuals, anybody who sees this as something positive, which it is, you know?
I love that.
So-
People are asking, knowing that we're going to be having 2 tennis courts at the Marion Jones very
Right,
soon coming up
right.
too as well. But
That's exciting.
that's really exciting for people
love
to
it,
like
yeah.
say there's spaces for me to try this out.
Right.
Someone's asking about where are the other like tennis courts available right now, so in case they would want to try to
Right,
check it out.
so it is a bit limited, but we have across from the Princess, the public tennis courts.
Okay.
Right? And we have the Pickwick tennis courts, which the Belize Tennis Association has a lease on that. And that's why we carry out our programs there.
Perfect.
And you can join the Belize Tennis Association as well. It's
Nice.
only $100 per year.
Oh.
Look at that. That's really good.
And you know, and you can go and play tennis at the courts once the junior program is not happening, because the main thing for that lease is to have that program going on in the after school time. But other than that, if you join the Belize Tennis Association, you can go there, access the courts, and get to learn
and
to
play whenever and,
Yes.
and get to learn to play too as
Yeah.
well. 'cause
Yeah.
That's the next thing.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
a good question. So like if people are thinking, I want to go and try give it a try at tennis, like what do I need to come with, Monica?
Well, I didn't come in. Coach actually let me borrow a racket.
Yeah, we have.
But yeah, I guess when you start trying, and it's a funny story because my son started playing and I had no idea. I mean, yes, I'm sport oriented, but I had never played tennis, and for me to pick it up at this age, you know, it's fun, and it's a fun sport. You get into it. You're moving, you're exercising, you're moving in every direction, every plane, lunging, you know, running.
Yeah.
So for movement-wise, health benefits, you know, if you're an adult looking into, I kind of want to come try it. I mean, the coach can answer all the questions as to what you would need, but, you know, they have equipment that
Yeah, we
you
have
can borrow
equipment.
so you can try out. Yeah.
So it's just a
Yeah.
matter of registration, because this is what I feel like one of the big things in this conversation for people to register and to be able to see what's available. You can do a mother-daughter thing or just parent-to-child kind of like
Right,
competition, if you want to say. Both of you learn together, because I know people are asking about that too as well. They're like, sign me up. I love how
I love Belize and Gel is asking if I need a partner. Yes, I do need a partner.
do need a
whenever
partner,
you're here in
so-
country, let's go and give it our try at tennis.
this is fun. This is really great. So for people out there, they can be able to contact the association. People are asking also about the primary schools. So is there like a limit on primary schools, or there certain primary schools that you guys are
Right
doing
now,
it
we
with?
just introduced, we're partnering this school year with Trinity Methodist.
Nice, okay.
And I would have to say there is a limit, but it's just because we need to increase our coach numbers as well. So that's another plan we have in the pipeline, right?
Okay.
So we have a coach's course coming up where we're going to welcome a lot of, like the PE teachers would be ideal.
Nice, okay.
So that if we get the PE teachers knowledgeable about tennis, they can take tennis into the schools as well, you know?
That is true.
So that's another initiative we have going.
And do these schools, because I know you said you guys bring in the tennis rackets and everything and equipment.
Right.
But do schools regularly have these things, or is it something that maybe at a later point in time you would want to donate to schools?
We wouldn't mind donating at all. We wouldn't mind. That's something we definitely, because it makes it more accessible. We want more kids playing the sport.
So I'm thinking if the PE teachers have this understanding and then they have the equipment too, as well, it could be something, because in PE, at least in high school, I know, it was a little bit more, you got an option to choose what you wanted to do if you wanted to kickball or so. And maybe tennis could be an option that you choose to do too as well. I'm just thinking about
And
the
it's,
access.
tennis is an individual sport and a team sport. So you could play doubles, 2 against 2, which makes it a team sport. And it's an individual sport. So you're on one side controlling this match,
That is
So it's
true.
really a wonderful sport.
So if anybody's listening in the chat or, on television and so forth, and they want to be a coach, is that possible too as well, to talk to you guys about?
Of course.
The coaches course, right? We're trying to call in the existing P coaches that would want to get involved and take this course so that, we can grow our coaches.
So we'll come back and talk more about that when
Yeah,
we're
of
rolling
course,
it out.
of course.
Yes.
Please
And
do, yeah.
also, I'm hoping we have great news of how the
Yes,
court is
and
already
the
set up at
photos and all
Marion
of this. That'll
Jones.
be really good to see.
Can we can see the little what's it, the thing in
Pegs.
the pegs in the ground already too as well,
Yes,
right? So guys, they mean business is gonna be happening very soon, and I would want to also open it up for business owners out there that want to invest in sports. And I know that we always go with basketball and football and volleyball. Not saying that's not great, but opening the horizons to a new sport, allowing people to dabble in something that they don't know about and they can get comfortable into as well.
Yeah.
I think this is a great opportunity. So for business owners out there, partnership is available. We've put the email, we've put the Facebook as well as the website in the chat to us. And I'm sure you guys can just go and look up the Belize Tennis Association. It's going to be very simple to find. And
Definitely.
get the things happening.
So we congratulate you on the great things you're doing, having these programs in school, the upcoming 2 tennis courts at the Marion Jones, your upcoming coach course that is going to be
great
very
stuff.
soon, and then, pushing tennis throughout the country. Such great initiatives. We highly commend you for that. As we wrap up this conversation, do we have any last words for our viewers?
Well, I just like to inspire support. That's what, we want to ask people to support us, partner with us. We can't do it alone, right? We're a nonprofit, but we're doing something very positive, youth development and health. And so we invite support and partnerships with everyone out there, and just reach out to us and we'll make Belize a better place with sports and health,
I love it.
love it.
Yeah. Any last words from you, Monica?
I mean, I agree with Samira. I mean, this is why I'm sitting here next to her. She invited me because of this passion, and I just hope to, continue to have these kids inspire other kids. I mean, it was beautiful what we saw in Guatemala to see these kids, and I'm so proud of you all.
Yeah.
Yes,
5
so proud of
competitors
them.
that
Yeah,
showed up.
Please say their names, please.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. We have J. Paul Torres. There was Salim,
Arman.
Johnny,
Yeah, my son.
Arman Sugnani, and
And
Yan Sosa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations
So
to
the
them.
5 boys competed last week in Guatemala.
We got 7 wins, by the way.
7 wins.
7 wins. It's the winningest team we've had so far.
I love it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So exciting. Look at
All
them.
ages.
Yes, it's U10, U12, and U14. And this circuit happens in Central America 3 times a year. So our aim is to have these kids go as much as possible. The next one is in Panama in October.
Okay.
And so when they train with this goal in mind that they're going to go and compete, it makes their training
agree.
so much
I
more
can imagine.
impactful.
Yeah.
They're so cute. One of them is almost the size of the flag. Oh my goodness. It's too adorable.
That's the Monica's son.
Oh my goodness. You're too adorable. But
Yeah.
please, I beg everyone out there, please try to, tap into the association, get lessons to us. Because people are asking if they're adult lessons and you can't get it done. The
We would link
association
you with a
will.
coach, and
So
then
please,
definitely.
Let's do this.
Okay, I love it.
Look at that.
Thank you so. It was a great conversation.
I know,
Thank
very,
you so
very
much for that.
positive. And we're excited to see what you guys do next too as well, because it just seems that there's energy here. And I love that. So with that, guys, we're going to go to our next commercial break. But when we are back, we dive into excitement with Sandcast, because September events are underway and they come with a lot that they don't play with. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Hurricanes can be devastating, but knowing your risk can make a difference. Take time to assess your home's construction and location. Is it in a flood zone? Can it withstand strong winds? Preparing now saves headaches later. Contact us for a personalized risk assessment. Remember, it pays to get it right with RFNG Insurance, a Row Group company.
It's here.
All right. On the one from the hand, the window open and the light may turn off. You look like you listen to me, Jamie.
Not only that, I even get a new coffee mug. We keep my coffee hot all day.
I'm impressed. You don't look like you're so hard here.
Better than that, BL can change my meter to one of their new smart meter. They call it the AMI.
Oh, I hear about it on TV for BL ad, you know.
Yes, man. It don't reach the money better to change it right now. Let's go check it out.
Hey guys, I'm almost done here.
So that when you reach my area,
We're upgrading meters across Belize, house by house, business by business. Always look out for BL logo, uniforms, and IDs. BL will make you know when we're in the area. The EMI meter rollout is a part of BL strategy to modernize our energy services.
you don't need to come in at my house, right?
Come in your house, boss, only if you got something good for you.
BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
Que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados y la mejor opción para el paciente.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Cherie Culsel, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to your Friday episode of Sunup on 7. Thank you so much for joining Renata and I and our guests that come through today's episode. If you missed any of our conversations, you can always go back and watch our recorded live on Facebook. But we also encourage you to stay tuned to our Instagram page where you're able to see who are our guests and what conversations they bring forward to the show. And by all means, continue sharing our social media platforms with your community to get the Sunup on 7 family growing. We jump into our next conversation because Suncast has some amazing events lined up. And these events are powered by Magnum. A whole lot of events. September is here and they bring the excitement. Joining us on our couch to give us all these details, we have Aisha Rudon joining us. Aisha, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm growing great, of course.
Uh-huh.
I'm with you guys.
I know. And the earrings and everything. Aisha, tell us, who did you bring with you today?
Of course, we brought the one and only Dixie.
Uh-huh.
We were just having a conversation.
I laugh right now, man, because when you just said Dixie, like, not Dion.
Yeah, everybody, you know, and you say they put a full government name.
That might not stop name to you.
Yes.
But Dixie, you guys were on.
How are you doing today?
I good.
How do you feel about the upcoming events? I'm very curious.
I'm excited. I normally calm before.
You calm before
Because I
before?
know that one.
Listen,
A lot of others.
this Dixie where you sleep on the couch, then other one where you sleep on the
Dixie.
I know, this
All
is why I
right?
said this is a sleepy Dixie or something because
I good.
he normally hype and ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. With a couple, I just realized that next week. Everything right the next week, so you kind of.
That is true. Carnival is next week. Juve is next week. Wow.
Street Fete. And then this one after the other.
One after the other.
So so we start, of course, with the Street Fete.
Let's talk about
the
it.
Friday.
The Friday.
Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, Magnum Takeover starts from this weekend at Thursdays on Saturday.
Oh.
Okay, so we usually have an event there where we're going to do buy two, get one
So
free
tomorrow,
Magnum.
because you said Saturday that next day. Tomorrow,
Magnum Takeover starts. So
at Thursdays.
At Thursdays. And then we continue on. And then the 4th of September, we do have an event as well at Thursdays.
Oh, okay.
Then we have Street Fete Friday. With
What's
Dixie.
happening at Street Fete?
So
I'm curious.
Street Fete, basically the pre-Juve party, where people go out the night before Carnival, when they party right up until 4.
So you don't get sleep, basically?
No, not that time. Got a water there.
And
enough water.
Magnum and water.
There. The water there. Everything there.
How would I talk? I'm trying to
you get like paint, you get foam.
That foam, I try to remember, because it's colorful.
Yes, it is very colorful.
Very energetic. So the big cannon there. So no time to get sleepy. And at the
gotta
time where all
wait
the
and
foreigners in the country, everybody, you know, instead of right till 4 in the morning, we move the truck from Marianne Jones straight into the Juve.
Because it prepares you, Kev. So basically, you do the Street Fete, and then you go right up into Juve, and then you go right up into Carnival.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that's like a whole process.
Carnival, I think, start 2 o'clock, so you got enough time.
Yeah, you got enough early time.
Yeah, you nap, you know, Carnival in the afternoon.
Yeah. But people with the good back like Renata don't really nap. They go one into the next.
The Street Fete starts at 9, right, Dick?
Yeah, it starts at
9 p.m. Friday.
9 p.m.
That's September 5th.
Yes.
9 p.m.
9.
I saw you packages over there because I know last year we had packages too as
we
well.
got
So
packages, yeah.
tell me about these cute packages.
The package is $65, but you could get it for tomorrow. Buy naked chicken for $60.
Oh,
Come with
nice.
the whistle, the beads, the baton.
Dix, make me show the thing.
Sit there.
See? Okay, your Magnum cup.
Okay.
Show the thing, Dix. And if limited, if you go buy tomorrow, buy naked chicken, where they buy
naked
Chef
chicken.
A by Chef Ainsley. So if you go buy your package tomorrow, the first 25 people get one free Magnum in there. Right?
Okay.
Beads. Whistle.
Everything for need a whistle.
You always need a
Make me
whistle.
show
I have Magnum cup with this.
Yeah, and you get a T-shirt.
And you get a ticket.
You see?
You see how Dixie just dashed that back in the bag just now? You could walk in a full
First, I'm going to the farm. And I'm going to fall like this, but I really put I get back.
Yes.
You know what this is? That's not what I lecture me about.
I
We
know.
done the deep pass.
They just dash it back now and the thing coming
I
out.
help me fold it up like
so you get
It's a nice shirt.
right? And
I like
you
it,
know, we
yeah.
have lots of people who will design up their shirts. So
Notice they got it powered by Mango.
yes,
So,
you have some ladies where you could design good, you know, Rain. When
And they
they're
cut it
done,
up too
yes,
as well,
when they're
you
done
know.
with this, it look like something different. But
Yeah.
you have the you know, you have the nice colorful.
I like how you guys
street
give
fit.
it bigger size to us, so people could cut it or
Yes,
like, do
you
how
could
they
do
want to
whatever
do
you
it.
want to do.
And this
of course,
again, $60 tomorrow.
Tomorrow by Naked
Naked
Chicken.
Chicken.
And if the first 25 people who buy a package get one Magnum in the street fit bag as well.
And then is this why supplies last? Because I know.
Yeah. That's why supplies.
That 2 to
and you get
7
the ticket
tomorrow.
included.
And the ticket included in the
Yes, so you get your ticket, your shirt, your whistle, the baton,
I collect these shoes.
Right?
I collect them too.
One
They
for you
don't
and one
forget
for
where.
Kevin?
Yes.
Whatever I want to do with it.
Yeah.
Whatever
That's nice. Like,
so I just have to bring back the ticket though.
Oh,
yes,
So get the ticket.
So you
oh yes, because the ticket, so the
ticket
whole
come with it.
package
Yeah,
includes a
come with
ticket too
Yes,
as
it
well.
does.
Man, and then remember the first 25 for tomorrow. Get
Yeah, Magnum.
Yes,
My
when I buy a
goodness,
package.
oh,
So-
no,
Have
give
a
me
good
sweet
weekend.
deals.
Yes, of course.
These times like deal. I mean,
They
come on.
love it.
Profit
When you plan
ready.
something, make sure it's something like I would think, but I would say
want to get it
man.
We will love
What we would have criticized, what we would have said.
Yes.
Put yourself here.
I think that was an amazing package for T-shirt, what cup, like your
whistle,
whistles,
the
all your
beads,
different
the
things, like
baton,
your beads,
your
and your
ticket.
ticket too as well, because you
Yeah.
basically have all you want for next week.
Yeah.
And I remember it starts at 9 p.m. to us, and then we run up to what time?
4 in the morning.
4 in the morning, we'll go straight to Juve.
Straight to Juve. When I hear the hand, the
Yes, that,
foot, it's
I'm
done.
telling you, last year was my first experience with
Tell me about
Juve.
it.
How was it?
Man, I was like, I didn't know how to look left, right, or center because
People
by
all
the
over.
time we crossed by Sandcast Bridge, the amount of people that were behind the truck, and that lasted all the way up until where by Flavors where
Up and
that's
up by
where
the seaside,
yes.
Mothers.
But it's so amazing to see how much people have fun. You know, it was really amazing. I was on the truck and I said, I don't think I could come down because I'm gonna get lost.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
crowd.
Yeah, my shoe.
Yes.
Yeah, my shoe.
So I am on the, but it's so amazing to see.
Then you got a
from that.
set to come out, we're ready, they come out 5 for Juve.
Yes, just for Juve.
They don't get there good and they come out.
Yeah, so you have people who leave from the street fit to the Juve, and then you have
People
people
were-
joining along the way.
Along the way.
And this, everybody together, that is what is beautiful and amazing about Juve.
And the truck leaves
everybody
where
together.
again?
It leaves from Marianne Jones.
Marianne Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we
the one from Street Fete, then we meet up with the,
so we
Juve team at
all the way
Sandcast.
to the boulevard, then you turn down by cemetery, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So all along that way, but I'm telling you,
I've done it once, and
Kevin Pierce this week.
Only
it was only once.
He was like, I
it
had
was
the experience.
it was a really good time for sure though. Like how you said, like everybody just coming
Everybody
there,
just
having a great energy, just getting wet, just having a really good time.
You
It's
just
so
had the
good.
phone from the street fit and everything too as well. So then you
Yeah.
go into like the paint and the mud, and stuff on
you
Juve.
could be yourself, you know, it could be yourself.
Make
and-
sure you're not
Yeah.
done though. 'cause-
But you also have-
listen, there are people don't ready for that. You don't know those people who have
The
their hair
bonnet.
ready. They
Yeah,
have their
yeah,
pink on
that's
their
so
head.
true. That is so
No
true.
mistake, yeah.
But you also have another event that we want to talk about, right?
Definitely.
So let's talk about it, the
Okay,
Christopher
so
Martin.
the Christopher Martin. that's
Christopher
the
Martin,
night.
September 9th. 9th. So 9th, no, another big night, Belize, in September time.
Because the 10th is the holiday.
Yeah, so we have Christopher Martin. We try to do a blend the
Nice.
culture. So we have a sweet pain band.
Yes.
And a Chica Ramos. So
Nice.
yeah, the that session there we have a Tiara and the soca part of it. We have Six Frost, we got Kilo, we have a
Man.
couple other
Yes, so
artists to give you the dance finish, and then they got
Full mixture.
yeah.
Full mixture, so you
And
have
then know the wind down part,
soca.
that Christopher
Yeah.
Martin will give you the reggae part.
Okay.
Yeah.
So give us some details
I
about
done
the
the field
venue,
already.
the cost of the ticket.
The show did at Belize Airport at the parking lot.
Okay.
We have a general for $60. We have $140 for VIP, and we have the platinum for $200.
Okay.
The platinum comes with parking, waitress service, finger food, seat in the area, front stage access,
Wow.
Nice,
everything.
okay.
So I know.
And then we have a limited amount of all of those too. Well, for the
yeah,
platinum.
the platinum is only like 200 max.
Okay, so
Because
people need to try to get their tickets ahead of time.
Yeah,
Yeah, for parking. So
well, the platinum, I think half of that already gone.
Gone.
So don't a lot of platinum left. More than 50% of that already sold. So you want to get your platinum ticket because
And where
of
do
the
you get
parking.
ticket from?
We have it at American Closeout, Chef Ian's.
Okay, perfect.
You could get it at Plugs across the Old Golden Bay.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, you could get it at Madisco.
Nice.
Yeah, you could get the ticket.
So make sure to get it ahead of
Platinum
time.
man, you want to get it, that come with the parking, so you don't have to worry that, what time you left home, or early you have to reach there. And, yeah.
Yeah, we had a good time.
A good time.
All of these
Chris
tickets
always give you a show, one of the artists once.
Oh.
You hear Chris once, you hear an artist there that want a show. You don't have to worry that 2 songs, 3 songs.
Good vibe. And he loved Belize.
He loves Belize, he
Should try to bring him on the show.
As in Chris in concert. So no other artists in terms of, okay, they to other international artists, it's the time to get cut.
Yeah.
Or, you have a short the time. So for this trip, they give you full Christopher Martin.
We should bring him on our couch.
He's in for Friday.
Yes, I think, and that's going good with Fred Friday.
Suppose next week Friday, he come because he want to get all of the events. So he come in Friday, so he look for that street play. He look for go to watch Carnival. He look for
I know,
But
right?
only bring them, we don't overwork there. We just bring them today. Time and watch, and then make them move off, no?
Yeah.
Chris baby mole might get wet, so I have to give us some vitamin C and magnesium and zinc.
Yes, I was still. And that is actually one of the items that is needed in your pack after
Your Soca
Carnival.
package?
Yeah.
Your Carnival package?
Carnival package, one of the vitamin C, the sachet, the Immune Plus Energy, or the tube, you should already be taking your vitamin C from now, or your 7
That's a
Cs.
good one. Start taking it from today.
now.
From today.
Yes, your 7 Cs one a day. If you want glow on the street, you say how I'm glowing right now. You want a day vitamin C, because when you put on your costume, you want to have that glow. 7 Cs.
You see?
7.
Should give you all the tricks there right now. Now listen to you, so good she look. Well, listen, right?
Yeah.
But people and somebody's saying, I think Melissa is saying how that one could contact me for tickets too as well.
Okay.
So I got a couple of other people here we have
tickets. Perfect. So don't put a number in the chat for people that want to contact her. And then, of course, you'd already mentioned the different outlets too as well. And there's a flyer available, I'm sure, Sankas.
Yeah, we'll just check out our pages. We have our Magnum and Campari page, which we have all our events listed up there, And, of course, all of these are powered by Magnum, the drink of Carnival.
So remember Carnival Day too, look out for the same big Magnum
truck.
And when the end of the car, they don't watch the Carnival, you see the Magnum truck, you could just feel free to jump behind and
behind the space. Just
behind the truck.
Space behind the truck.
Behind the truck. I have to
You
say
could hold
that.
thousands
Jump on the truck.
Because
Behind the
people
truck.
try to jump on the truck before the truck.
No, I have to say kudos. So last year, the police department did an excellent job. Yes,
yes, I agree.
Making sure that if
People
you don't
mistake
belong
that.
on the truck, you don't just
behind.
jump on the truck. But
So
behind the truck, what you are saying?
I see the Magnum truck fan, like I said, Carnival powered by Magnum, you're from Juve.
Yes.
That way you start. So from Juve, and see the Magnum truck, and that the truck you follow throughout the entire Carnival weekend. The following day, Carnival, when I wake up again, follow the Magnum truck, and just follow away.
Follow, and then maybe you take it to Magnum Rainbow. We have a lot of Magnum at the end of the rainbow.
With truck, it's authorized distributor is Santiago Castillo Limited. So where Sancas is, the mama of all of this. So once you will get something nice for we truck.
Ooh!
Yes.
Okay. We'll put in the plug there.
Things,
Wally things here. Wally flings here.
Yes, and we do have the promotion in store. Buy 3, get 1 free. We'll have it at Save You, Sam's Mini Mart, and some other stores along. So if you want, you could get your Magnum before. When you see the truck pass and you have Magnum in your hand, you make sure you wave after with it. Make sure you get something extra special on the road.
All right.
So
Aisha said so. I was about to say, yeah.
If nobody else says something, Dixon don't say nothing else. You know? Yeah, I am quiet because I don't care for my shirt current.
Might forget. I can't promise you, but I'll forget.
Don't forget. But these are some of the big events that definitely Magnum is powering, and of course Suncast is making sure that people are equipped with the right things too as well.
Yes, definitely.
And they can check out the pages to be able to see everything. Of course, the distributors of the tickets too as well.
Yeah.
Would they left anything out?
I think that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah, just want make sure that you, like I say, be safe, everybody. We want to party together. You know, we don't want luck or nothing next year because we can't behave ourselves. So we want to drink responsibly. That's always on our flyers and everything that we distribute. So let's just have a really amazing time together.
I think we might. I wonder if I want to give you one right now and then give her next one Friday for the street fit.
We will have thing for give for next week Friday.
So we give it now.
Yes.
All right. So I can do my. You want me to do the question or
Yes,
not do it?
you do the question.
Okay, perfect. We know this has been the tradition from last year when we had the street fit. Where do we leave off after the street fit? At 4 a.m. I'll tell you all of this. At 4 a.m. we left off here to go and meet people that Juve. What are the place where we left off? Like that's for one of the bugs there. Because we don't know, we don't have to left after this area. Follow the truck.
Yes.
The Magnum. Where the Magnum truck left from?
Yes. I nearly gave the answer. I
had
to stop myself.
I can't even give the answer.
I saw you swallow it.
Like, got swallowed.
I nearly give the answer.
They look by you and say, where is the bag?
I know that. I don't know you are the ass now. That if you. Men, Belize and Geraldine, waste no
This
time.
is Marion Jones. You're correct. Right.
Marion Jones, yes, exactly, guys. At Marion Jones, we're leaving off. Remember, it starts at 9 p.m. and it goes up to 4 a.m. And from 4 a.m., they go left off. The Magnum Pep is going to be reaching up to the group at Juve. I don't remember what they part for that, though. We're part of their meetup. But their meetup there.
Right front of
It starts.
It starts. So people follow the truck from a left Marion Jones, you know. And when you're reached by Suncast roundabout,
okay.
that's where
more
the
people
crowd,
there.
you know, waiting for it, and then along the way, people just join. By the time you reach Belcan Bridge, you can even see where the line ends.
People.
Yes, beautiful though.
Magnum, we got the best entertainers too.
Of course.
Some of the best man truck.
You don't because we do have DJ Dalla on the Juve
Dalla
truck as well, Dixie.
I know that way to Dixie, then like.
And then the city.
The truck, that's the way
the city. And then the carnival, myself, and exclusive.
So you don't know.
A good setup.
Make sure we have enough energy that you can rotate it.
I just man say make sure I take your naps, Dixie.
No, I go there. I used to this.
Dixie and I have to make sure that we have the most energy for this time. So we powered by
Vitamin
Magnum
C
and by 7 Seeds. Yes. Which is authorized distributors.
So maybe 7 Seas, but join the Street Fete next year, you know, powered by 7 Seas.
Well, you know, that's a thought.
Yeah.
That's a thought. I mean, we are celebrating 100 years next year as Suncast, so maybe we come out as just Santiago Castillo Limited, which features all the brand, you know?
Yeah,
just
nice.
All right. Okay, we see you.
Guys, the giveaway done. No Marion Jones. You can't. I know the more people to put Marion Jones. Okay, the next one, I'll get a little more challenging for Ono. And I know it's not directly towards Street Fair, but I want you remember we mentioned 2 events.
Three events. So we thought 3 events.
3 events. Oh, yes. No, they're like 4. 4 events. Okay. The next big Shabang Bang, which is on September 9th, we mentioned some amazing artists that are leading up into Christopher Martin. I've given a Christopher Martin because they're the easiest one. I want to know some Belizean artists that are going to be featured there. So, how much you think I should have give me?
3.
3. All right. Aisha says so.
And I will add 3 Magnum in it.
Oh,
one per artist. So.
Can I answer?
No, so this bag right here, the one in the red?
Yes, that's pretty hard. And you know, for Belizean girl, I will add one for she because I think she's a regular.
She's a regular. Yeah, she is a regular. So Belizean girl too as well. But for
Look
here,
at you.
with the red, what at the hand? What at
this?
Baton. LED baton.
Okay, LED baton. Okay, that one. 3 Belizean artists You get 3 Magnum, you get a ticket, you get the whole package of street fair. Mother San Antonio post back foot. 3 in a 1 comment, my people. Not the separated comments, can't find back or check. 3 in a 1 comment. 3 of the amazing Belizean artists that are going to be featured September 9th. Where we're going to be? Airport?
The
Belize Airport Authority.
Belize Airport Authority. And what time we start to again?
9. 9. Remember, get there early if you want good parking. Or buy a platinum ticket, you don't have to worry.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true. You could come late if you want, if you don't get a platinum ticket. Limited because we don't have half of that done gone already, and we have about 200 of those total. So please make sure to get a ticket ahead of time.
And remember, tomorrow, Magnum Takeover start at Thursdays.
At Thursdays. And then you're going to have something again on September 4th too as well.
So we just, parties leading up to Juve.
All right. So we're gonna go.
If you wanna go on the truck for Juve, you feel free. You're
Thank you. I like that.
So early, but you could come on the truck and experience it from that point.
That sounds like a good one. Thank you for the invitation. So we have Jada Carter that won. She said 6 Frost, J Money, and TR Shine. Is that correct?
6 Frost, J Money, and TR Shine.
Yeah. All right. So Jada Carter, you won yourself.
First time she's winning something. I'm glad to hear you.
Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us today on Sunup on 7. So, any last announcements to make?
I think that's about
We're good. We're good. Thank you so much for sharing
Thank you too.
the kindness with our viewers. So, folks, with that, we go into our next commercial break. When we're back, we have a great conversation waiting for you. Stay tuned for that.
Hurricanes can be devastating, but knowing your risk can make a difference. Take time to assess your home's construction and location. Is it in a flood zone? Can it withstand strong winds? Preparing now saves headaches later. Contact us for a personalized risk assessment. Remember, it pays to get it right with RFNG Insurance, a Road Group company.
It's here, the ultimate party of the year, as Empire Entertainment and Magnum presents the biggest, I say, the biggest pre-Juve party.
Now this is as big as it gets. It's gonna be a fat till you wet.
Street fat! She said, take it easy, I will do the work. I in a good spirit. I drink in a good spirit.
It's all going down at the Marion Jones parking lot on Friday, September 5th, starting from 7 p.m. until 4 a.m.
We're talking about unlimited water, paint, CO2, all powered by Nuffier DJs. Are you getting the feeling, baby?
Music by Belize's top DJs and hosted by DJ Dixie and DJ Dala. Purchase tickets for $35 through the Quick Pass app. Naked Chicken on Mahogany Street and Plugs Belize office across from the Old Golden Bay at number 1 Craig Street for only $65. Purchase the Street Fed package, which includes whistles, beads, bags, t-shirts, cups, LED baton, and the ticket from Plugs Belize only. Sponsors: Travelers Liquor, Magnum, Madisco, Plugs Belize, and the Honorable Devin Daly.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
Que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados y la mejor opción para el paciente.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sheree Kelsel,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm a bureaucrat.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Muy buenos dias, my beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Friday episode. I hope that you've enjoyed everything prepared for you on this episode. And we have one last conversation for you. And we have the pleasure of meeting Mr. Abraham Flowers, contestant of Port Loyola for the United Democratic Party. And also we're joined by Ms. Leah James, the Public Relations Officer. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
How is the Friday energy, Mr. Flowers?
I'm going to be honest with you, it's kind of tiring with all the street campaign and everything going on right about now, the preparation. I'm a little bit exhausted, and above all, I'm also currently suffering from another case of dengue.
Oh, my.
No. Okay. Wow, another case of dengue.
Another case.
Oh, wow.
This is the second case within 3 weeks.
No.
Matter of fact, I would say, before we even start, you know, more into my people in Port Loyola, right? And I want to say thanks to the Lord Almighty for this past, let's go say, week itself. Because many things has actually occurred within this week that has actually transpired beyond my control. Saturday, we were going to Belmo Pond. We almost got in an accident 5 times in 2 hours.
Man.
Just imagine that. 5 times. And when we reach in Belmo Pond, as you jump the bump, by we have the matches factory. As we jumped that bump, literally, we had 2 cyclists basically. It came from behind a truck and was going directly into us, and we had to stop. And that was like the last occurrences. You know, so I really got to give God thanks for his guidance. Yes, and hence, I definitely know that this calling actually running for Port Loyola is one, because I've never seen so much stuff occur in 1 week, so I know I'm actually on the right track. And I've never seen so much time people have called you offering to step down.
Wow.
Which it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
Definitely. So you've had a serious chain of different events, and you've been on the ground regardless of the health conditions and everything that you've been facing. Yes. I'd love to find out, you know, in all of the myths, because obviously you've been hearing from the people of what's going on in Port. Tell me some of the cries or some of the concerns that you've been getting to as well, and the support that you've been getting.
So first of all, in order for us to actually understand the different situations that the Port Loyolans are going in, we had to actually put it into 4 different sectors, which is Caesar Ridge, Genosha, then we have Fabers and Neat Pen Road. And I personally went there and I visited the 4 different sectors. So in Genosha, living condition is terrible, drainage is terrible, the streets is terrible. There is literally small businesses, is very few and very scanty. Majority of the houses are dilapidated, and as we can see right now, in Port, literally, there is no polyclinic. So the cases of dengue in that area is actually surging. Matter of fact, I would say my first case was right from in Genosha, which was literally about a week and a half back. When I was campaigning back there. So we know that the problem there is severe. With the years of neglect, we understand that they will have a congestion and a build-up, all right, of these same issue which these people are actually frustrated about. Matter of fact, some of these people, they actually say, you know what, we don't want to hear anything from politicians, right? That's just, they're demonstrating that the vexedness that they're at, or the maximum, right, that they have actually reached, that they don't even want to see a politician, even if it's a newer and old, they don't want to see them, because what the politician does is that they just bring dreams, and then after the dreams and after they get in office and all of these stuff, which the dreams they don't even accomplish, by the way, right? They get in office, and guess what after that? They forget about the people. They forget totally about the people.
Wow.
So this is what we have to deal with. Apart from having poor infrastructure, poor drainage, right? We have a serious health issue when it comes to the neglect in the seniors and the elderly. Serious. There is also a high case of hypertension and diabetes, and I know because I literally went from home to home and visit my people. I went and I visit them. So I can definitely say that, you know, from the cases, at least every 3 to 4 houses, you have a case of hypertension and diabetes, or hypertension or diabetes.
Wow. So there's definitely a lot of social barriers, financial barriers, economic barriers that are affecting the communities that you've shared. Can you give us more insight into, like, how is the campaign trail going? How do you feel about the upcoming convention? It would be really good to know for our viewers to be able to connect with you.
So right now, I know, first of all, I want to say that for us, it's more like a group because we're working in a unified group for Port Layola. I would want to say that I'm doing everything by myself. Literally, I'm not. And thanks to my group members, all right, the committee in that group, very dedicated, and they're doing their work as well. So right now, the Campbell Trail, I'm going to be honest with you, it is one of the most vigorous because the time is very short, and to actually, you could see, disperse in a large area in such a short time is very tiring, all right? And at the same time, I would want to meet everybody, and even my members would want to meet everybody, but we can't because of the short period of time that we have for the convention, which will be right here Sunday, which we can say is like, what, in the next, 24 to 72 hours.
Yeah,
so
basically.
It's quite a short period of time.
Because you're on it, you have today and Saturday, basically, and then Sunday is the big day, so you don't really have, other than that. So in that same realm, maybe Leah could tell me a little bit about just how people can get in contact in case they're not able to be on the campaign trail, they're not able, to have that conversation one-on-one with you, but they still want to be able to put in their concerns and their qualms.
Sure. So we definitely invite people to reach out. What we are mainly using at the moment is our Facebook page, which is Port Loyola Constituency. Facebook is the name of the Facebook page, where you can pretty much get direct contact to Dr. Flowers. And that's one of the unique things that we believe, what I personally believe is a great beneficiary to the people, that you don't have to go through any mediums to reach directly to the person that is representing your area. He lives in the area as well, and that is what we appreciate the most. Whenever I go on the campaign trail, because we as executive members, we also take the trail as well. This is our community. We all live in this area. So our idea of this is pretty much people representing the people, and that's what we strive to share and strive to push.
Definitely. And like you said, it can't be a one-man show. It has to definitely be with support of great committee members that can also, hear other cries. You can't everywhere. And you have to work together in that sense too as well.
If I would go to port and I say, I can do this, I can do that, bluntly, it's a lie, right? Because the amount of issues that is there, no one man can do it. So if a politician come to you and say, I will do this and I will do that, automatically they have already started off bad. That's terrible, right? Because I'm out there on some days, like, mom is like, Abraham, you seriously could actually help these people? I'm like saying in my mind, right? Because I am seeing the devastation that is there. Matter of fact, for example, on Neil Penn Road, when you go all the way to the back, right? These people, they don't have light, and if they do have light, it's because of the cobwebs that is run from the electrical post. They don't have water, and if they do have water, it's because of the public pipe that is launched on the left-hand side of the street, and then they run the pipe there and they connect to one pipe, right? Which means to say is that BWS doesn't recognize the street. And from the concern that I've heard from them is that majority of the people that live there, and remember, this was within city limits, this is within the city. These people, they don't have proper access to light nor water, right? And
in a day and age where those are so necessary.
Exactly.
Can't imagine the quality of life that people have with families, children that need these things. You think about just having a bath, being able to operate a refrigerator, these different little things that we take for granted and that quote unquote are privileged.
And you know what's the shocking part? It's not only in Neil Penn Road. The same issue replicates itself in Jane Osham. Matter of fact, we got to give thanks to a neighbor of mine that lives back there, a voter that lives back there. In order for her to have people access her shop, she had to go and put the streets. She had to go and put the materials. Matter of fact, her meter is on Curl Thompson, and she's like 4 lanes or 3 lanes away from her actual home. No, I'm serious. Yes. Right? And we think that these stuff aren't happening. These stuff are happening right now as we see within Port Layola constituency. And hence, we are here to fight for the people. It's no dreams. This is work that we got to put in, and we have projects with detailed steps on how we are going to get our projects done and how the people are going to actually improve.
And I like that aspect because many times people come and they sing a nice song, a good symphony and everything to people and say, this will happen, that will happen, or so, and we don't know the actual steps that are going to happen. So let's put it into real time right now, right? Sunday comes, and if you're able to be victorious and able to be the caretaker for Port Loyola, what would be the next steps that you would do? Not selling dreams or so, but the practical things that can get done considering the big devastation in the community.
So first of all, one, we're actually waiting for the convention. Actually, we've already started. Okay. We have started by starting to fight for the Port Loyola Polyclinic. That's our first step. The second step, we're actually organizing a land clinic, which will be divided in Tier 1 and Tier 2 for the people in Port Loyola, right? Okay. We are actually pushing and actually emphasizing right now the PUP standard bearer behind him, delegating with him to guess what? This is your job. You got to do this. Because if we cannot hold these guys accountable for their job, then who will do it? Now, after Sunday, we're actually going to continue, but we're going to expand more. We want to do fundraisers to help people. Matter of fact, we have a project that we need to do with a very good friend of mine, Mr. Brasta, right? Because his house is actually in a very terrible condition. And so we want to launch this project to actually assist him by at least stabilize his house, all right, until we could actually be in office, and then we can move on with our housing project. We want to do activities for the kids. We want to actually do programs for the elderly. Right now, I can tell you that there is a patient of mine that lives on Carl Thompson. She's diabetic, and she was actually bitten by a rat. And that was actually turning out very quickly. And so I had to intervene, and we're actually treating. So for me personally, like how I am a medical doctor, right, with my degrees, I usually go and do house visits in my constituency and caring for my people. That is very important. Now we want to actually move on and educating our people. The group, the committee would actually go from house to house, and we keep on educating the people.
Definitely.
Now, when we take office, and I pray to God that it actually occurs, this is where the projects that we have will actually be introduced to the general public. The housing projects, and how that would lead on via community service would lead on to proper drainage streets. I know that it's not our responsibility, but I strongly believe that as the area rep, if that is your area, everything needs to be developed, even the street and the drain. And even if I need to go behind city council and let them know, please do this, guess what? Me, right? If city council would take too long, I would get out there, I would actually do it myself. Because I know the importance of development. I know the importance of moving forward. And for example, we know we might not take it into consideration, but the cases of dengue. The cases of dengue is actually related to the environment.
Yeah.
Right? It's actually related to the stagnant water. It's actually related to these dilapidated houses, and actually these, right now, the lands that are actually forsaken in Port Loyola is actually related to the containers that are left there. It's actually related to not having a sensible structural health system that could deal with the problem that we're facing, because we're not educating the people. And if you're not educating the people, then guess what? You spraying is okay. That's only part of the step. But what happens to the educational step? What happens to the developmental step? You see, like what they say, one drop, drips of water is what fills a bucket. One drop of each problem is what causes catastrophe. And right now, we're at a catastrophic state. I'm going to be honest with you.
Definitely. And there's a lot to be desired when it comes to port, and there's a lot of work that's going to be done. I'm glad to know that the work has already been started, and this is not a one-time fix. It's not going to happen over 1 year, 2 years, so it takes time to get these things done. But the practical things,
no problem. That's one part that we also want to stress. The intention is not to do a quick hurry-up development. We need strong development, and we need something that will last us for the rest of the years. So that's what our plan comes with, different tiers and different steps to fulfill the actual development of the community. We have seen a lot of times that we get we call it, Belizeans, we call it hurry up. That we get hurry up streets, we get hurry up roads, and within a few years, these all falls, the streets start getting flooded, start getting broken up. That's what we want to start preventing in our area. Let Port no longer be the left behind area, and start development, starting it with different steps before we can actually reach to our main goal.
Definitely. Yeah. So there's a lot of work to get done.
Yes.
For viewers out there that, want to connect, they can, again, reach by the Facebook page, and they can be able to set up an appointment to be able to talk and see if you haven't been able to cover the ground, because there's a lot of Port Loyola.
Yes.
There's a lot of areas. It's hard to get to everybody too as well.
Currently, right now, I think there is if I'm correct, 5,000. Let me see if I'm correct. It's 5,489 voters for 4,000 agents. I think the estimation is between that, right? But it's a lot. And the grounds to cover is very small. Now, to what my the relation representative mentioned is when it comes to doing stuff properly, I do not like to do stuff mediocre. You understand? If we're going to resolve this problem, let's resolve it. If I'm going to do a project for housing, right, and it entails you working for your house via community service, then let it be a nice 2-bedroom concrete house based on your family, right? Concrete, 5 blocks high. Let's eradicate a problem and get rid of it. Don't go and give the people in Port a little matchback house where you can actually take your finger and push it directly through the plycem. Because we got to be very cognizant. We live in a tropical, area, and where it rains a lot. And our demographic displays that you cannot put these type of plycem, maybe for inside the house for decoration, but literally for outside, it cannot handle the constant rain.
Yeah, it requires a proper housing structure.
No, definitely. So there's a lot to be desired, like I mentioned before, and of course having the conversations are important. Please remind the viewers where they can go to cast their vote on Sunday. Maybe Leah could be able to remind us of that.
So voting starts from 10 a.m. up until 5 o'clock p.m. For Port Loyola, it will be at the Muslim Primary School. And we also want to let the people know that we will be out on the road as well. Our mission does not stop. So Sunday, you can definitely see some of our representatives on the road. If you need any sort of transportation, because we know that is definitely a huge factor, reach out to one of our representatives and they will provide pickup and drop off for you as well.
Excellent.
Wow.
Excellent.
Very well.
So the support is definitely there. And we thank you so much for this conversation. And
Thank you both as well for
continue
having us.
healing, and we wish you all the best on.
I think I'm going to go home and get a nice rest.
That sounds
I think
absolutely
you
right.
take a good rest and then go
100%.
back on the campaign trail, because you can't pour from an empty cup.
Right.
So that's really much important to us. And you have a great committee that's supporting you too as well. So rest assured, if you take a lean nap, a nap is important.
That's true.
Power nap. You as a doctor should know that one rest is important. But definitely want to thank you guys for this beautiful conversation, and for viewers that are connecting with what you're saying and the solutions that you're providing to as well. We want to wrap up today's show.
That is true. So we want to thank our guests that joined us today, the Belize Tennis Association. We have Miss Samira Pot and Monica Habet joining us to talk about what are the plans for the Belize Tennis Association. They have an upcoming 2 tennis that are going to get built at the Marion Jones. And of course, if you want to support their endeavors, you can go ahead and contact them on our Facebook page. We already shared what are their contact information. Go ahead and support tennis. They want to make it a thing throughout the country, so what a great initiative. We also want to thank Sancas for joining us today to talk about their programs that are powered by Magnum. They have so many events starting as of tomorrow. Yeah, so there's a street fight happening next week, Friday, Juve, and also Christopher Martin concert. For the winners that won the giveaways, we want to remind you to pick your packages next week, Friday. Right?
Yeah, because the tickets have not been put in the bag as yet. So again, reminding you, next week, Friday, we're going to be having the packages fully available for you with tickets and all too as well. And where it's tucked away very safely for you too. As you know, this weekend, there's a lot of different activities happening. We want to remind you to be super safe as you're carrying out. Take care of yourself. Be a good neighbor to other people out there too as well. Be respectful. Be mindful of drinking and driving. Please take care. Drink responsibly. Yes, for sure. And give yourself grace and give yourself rest as you guys take on this week. Remember how that we're going to be having the caretaker convention that's happening at the Muslim Community School this Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And you can come out and cast your votes. I believe all you have to bring is your voter's ID. They are providing support with transportation if you guys need to. So you can also message in on, what's the name of the Facebook page?
Port Loyola Constituency.
Port Loyola Constituency. You can message in the Facebook page if you need transportation support in any way, shape, or form. So make sure you exercise your right to vote and be a part of the change in your community. So we want to thank you guys again for being a part of this conversation.
Have a great Friday.
Take some rest. Have a great Friday. And with that, guys, we're going to send you off on your fantabulous Friday.
Yeah, have a great one. We'll see you on Monday. Will there be beef?
Will there be beef? We don't know.
We will see.
But you guys have to dance. It's
Yes.
10, 5. It's 10, 5 cents, 10 cents, that one.
Yeah, this song with a lot of change.
Place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover